Our second award involves the chapters, and I think many of you know that we are fortunate in Northern California to have 18 chapters throughout Northern California. It's not just, as some people, Natalie Wormley, our chapter chair, likes to point out, it's not just a Bay Area ACLU in Northern California. We go clear up to the northern border, we go down to Fresno and so forth. So we are very fortunate, and that has been played a crucial role in many of the campaigns we have run. You'll hear about later today. The chapters have just been great. We, a few years ago, the field committee, working along with the board, established a new honor called the Dick Criley Activism Award to the ACLU chapter that has demonstrated exceptional dedication and effectiveness in the past year. And we're very thrilled this year to, well, let me just remind some people who Dick Criley was. I know many of you know him, but Dick was one of the great advocates, activists and advocates in the country. He served both in the Chicago area and then here in Northern California for over 50 years. He was a leader in the Monterey chapter and was one of the leaders in sort of the right to dissent movement here in the country. Anyway, so that's how the name came about, and he was one of the great advocates of the chapter movement. This year we're very fortunate for the first time to award this to the Greater Fresno Chapter, and let me just tell you a few things what they've done. They worked tirelessly to defend the constitutional rights of all those who call Fresno home. Among their many achievements, the chapter opposed a teen curfew. They fought against a fee to register voters. Sort of a shocking thought. They worked for independent oversight of the police. They campaigned to improve an ordinance that would have restricted First Amendment rights. And most prominently, and this did receive some publicity fortunately, they have played a major role in helping and supporting the homeless in the Fresno area. Amazingly, the Fresno police and authorities down there just were throwing away all of the Fresno homeless people's items and personal effects and so forth without any sensitivity at all. Fortunately, the Fresno chapter played a major role in working on that issue, trying to get them to stop that practice, and finally, eventually, it led to one of a very successful lawsuit filed by the ACLU in Northern California in conjunction with some of our coalition partners, such as the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights. But in any event, they were very successful in getting a judgment of over $2 million against the city of Fresno involving that homeless project. Injunctive relief to stop that practice and other policies to force change. So it was just a wonderful award, and we again want to congratulate and thank the Greater Fresno Chapter, and I invite Bill Simon to come up, and I believe Al Williams is joining him. Please come up and accept your award.
On behalf of the board and all the members of the Greater Fresno Area Chapter, I'd like to thank the ACLU of Northern California for presenting us with the Dick Criley Activism Award. This is certainly a very appreciated vote of confidence in a very new chapter. There are really 4 people who have made this award possible. I always say that the Fresno board hasn't gotten organized enough yet to go looking for trouble. That's because members of the community keep bringing the issues to us. And chief among the bearers of bad news is Mike Rhodes. Mike is standing there behind the camera to my right. Mike is the publisher of the monthly Community Alliance newspaper in Fresno. He was involved in the homeless situation in Fresno even before the chapter was started. And he brings us at least one new issue just about every month. Issues like the proliferation of video surveillance cameras in Fresno. Mike, thank you. And thanks to all the members of the community in Fresno for bringing us our agenda. The second person who made this award possible is Mark Schlossberg. Mark has moved on from the ACLU, but when he was the point person for police policy, Mark was always quick to respond when we had any police issues, always willing to come to Fresno when we had a forum about oversight of the police, always ready to fire off a letter to Chief of Police Jerry Dyer for things like the city's inadequate response when people filed a complaint against the police department. Thirdly, Michael Risher. Michael was an attorney in the homeless suit against the city of Fresno. I haven't even figured out yet what Michael's real job with the ACLU is. I just think of him as Fresno's personal resource at the ACLU. We monopolize so much of his time that I can't imagine he has much time for anything else but Fresno. When we don't know where to turn, we turn to Michael Risher. And he is always quick, gracious, and helpful with excellent advice. And he's always ready to send a letter about a film permit ordinance, a teen curfew, or about the Fresno Airport's refusal to allow distribution of the Community Alliance newspaper. Michael, thank you. Finally, there is Alicia Walters, our liaison with the affiliate. Alicia came to the ACLU a month or two after our chapter got started, so we hadn't gotten to meet her as we got set up. But Alicia mastered her job very quickly. We soon started getting these emails from our liaison, which made clear in no uncertain terms what the ACLU was all about, and what an ACLU chapter could and could not do. Board members started to joke that Alicia was our handler, not our liaison. But Alicia very quickly set us on the straight and narrow. And after a few months, we met this delightful young woman who was deeply committed to the mission of the ACLU and had a profound understanding of what that was. Alicia has proven to be our most important resource and even a friend, always with a quick response to whatever we need. One email to Alicia, and we have whatever materials we need, we have whatever research we need, we have whatever questions we have answered, and it's always very quickly. Without Alicia, the Fresno chapter would still be on square one, wondering what an ACLU chapter does. She has been such a good mentor that in many ways, I think of this as her award. And so Mike and Mark and Michael and Alicia and all of you, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. That was great.